Oops.
And
We couldn't hear. That was
it was muted.
Christina, can you hear us now?
Yeah, well, they could hear us on the
I can
radio.
yeah.
That was my fault.
Mhm.
I muted it last night, and
Oh,
so there was no
I
music.
didn't even think about checking it. Oh my god,
It's
I gotta
okay. It's okay.
this engineering thing,
You
I've
just
gotta
had a
get used to.
stressful time because I wasn't here. I wasn't here for a few
And
days,
then,
and then
yeah,
and then
we had someone
we had some challenges, and
some mess ups, so
it
we had to
happens. It happens. So anyway,
anyway.
good morning again.
Yes, she can hear us. We're all good. Yay!
Good morning again here from JoCo Community Radio. I'm Tiffany Carlen with Nona Reed. And you could hear us on the radio if you're listening on the radio, but you couldn't hear us on social if you're watching if you're a watcher.
We were
So
just talking about a show that was cracking her up. Can't
yeah,
remember the name though.
I can't remember the name of it. It's gonna kind of drive me crazy, but I'll have to, I don't know, I'll have to look for it. But anyway, so we stayed up a little too late. I'm still a little bit on Vegas time, and I mean it was only 4 days and 3 nights, but it hits you hard, and then the time changed.
Mhm.
So I lost an extra hour when we got back, I guess, and I guess that, I don't know, messed me up a little bit. So
Well,
anyway,
my
happy
happy
Valentine, happy
happy
St.
St.
Patrick's
Patty's
Day.
Day.
Okay, so do you have Irish in your blood?
Yes. Now, have I had that actually, you know,
The blood?
the blood? No.
Well, it
But
actually you don't do the ancestry doesn't do your blood.
mhm.
That you spit into a vial,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I
My
just
DNA, whatever, it's still the same, right?
yeah. So
Yes.
ancestry is a good one to do it with, and then you can also do it with 21andMe.
I think my oldest, well, I shouldn't call him my oldest brother because I'm the oldest, but I think one of my brothers has done some of the background, but and my grandmother always told me I had to have Irish in me. So there you go.
Okay,
I mean, come
so
on, look at me.
yeah,
I do have red hair, people.
you have red
So
hair and your eyes.
if anybody wonders about my little spitfire, it's because I do have red. My blonde, I was born a pretty bright redhead. My dad's redheaded. My grandmother was redheaded. I have red in my hair. So yeah.
Okay, so I have done my ancestry blood, not blood, my DNA. And so I am 55% England and Northwestern Europe, which are a lot of people who come over from
Mhm.
Europe because you usually most came
Right.
from that area
Mhm.
from England. 32% Germanic Europe, 6% Norwegian, 3% Scottish, 2% Eastern Europe and Russia, and 2% Sweden and Denmark.
Hmm.
So I'm very white. That's actually not true because in the mapping of in the deeper part of it, there was a deeper, there is a little bit of Jewish. Actually, if I looked at the map, there's a little bit of um I don't mid east.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that showed up on one of
Uh-huh.
ours. So this is really interesting. So I clicked further into my DNA thing. 1825 to 1850, industrial and transport revolutions, New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania settlers. Workers produced everything from cotton fabric to locomotives, which were sent to Philadelphia, New York, and Elizabeth, New Jersey. Immigrants from industrialized areas of England were lured by plentiful jobs. Thousands of Irish also came looking for work. Irish and English migrants moved to Pennsylvania's coal region, where they dug ore by hand. Men toiled in heavy industry while women and children worked in textile mills. Young adults, especially single young women, left farms to labor in factories and working 6 days a week, often 14 hours per day. Children also worked in factories in the 1830s. Workers, mostly women and children, held strikes to improve conditions, winning a reduced 12-hour workday. So little history. This is really cool if you've never done your ancestry. I highly recommend it. And if you've done 21andMe, I still recommend doing ancestry because ancestry is it's the older database. So
Okay.
you can find family and relatives and history in both. So I haven't done the 21andMe yet, but some of my other family members have. So I have cousins who've done the 21andMe. I share the New Jersey and Eastern Pennsylvania settlers community with 9 of my DNA matches.
Hmm.
So it's been dinging me. So it says me it says you and 9, which they're talking about me, 9 of your DNA matches, along with 1.2 million other ancestry DNA members, are all genetically linked to this region through shared ancestors. Is that not cool?
That is pretty cool. Yeah, when Jesse did his, because for those who don't know, we found out he has a sister that's 6 months older than him.
Right.
But we didn't know her for almost 50 years. So, we are now connected and they have a very close bond. And, but yeah, that's how he had not done the ancestry stuff, but with all of the, research and a third cousin actually helping out that she had connected with, um, they were actually able to link it to his dad.
Right.
And then she reached out and he took the test and lo and behold.
So I did find, well, actually, a cousin found me
Uh-huh.
who ended up being a child of one of my dad's siblings, that he and that sibling never was told. The woman never knew that exactly who
Uh-huh.
the father was.
Right.
And it ended up being her, and she found me. Our DNA found each other on Ancestry, and she
Oh.
reached out and she was like, "Hey, are you related to so and so?" And I was like, "Yes." And I was like, I was all giddy because I was like, it's what I dreamed of. I was like, "Oh
Right.
my gosh, I want to find a long
I
lost
know.
relative." But it did kind of like shock,
Yeah.
obviously, one of my uncles was, what?
Right.
Uh, okay. So, I mean, just more so, just not even
Yeah.
knowing that you had a child with someone.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
And
dad that we know of was not aware. We're 100% really 100% sure he was not aware of the situation. Um, but I mean, it was really cool. Like we were already comparing pictures of our sibling, our kids and stuff, and we could already see resemblance, and it was pretty cool. And she's like, "We haven't even gotten the test back." We're going, "But oh my god, look at this."
it's crazy. It's
So then
totally
when we got the
crazy.
test back, it confirmed 100% that yes,
They were related.
they were siblings.
So cool. It's really amazing.
Mhm.
So, anyway, if you haven't done an Ancestry DNA, I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
I know I keep saying I'm going to. I haven't yet.
It's totally worth it to see. I
Mhm.
mean, you get this whole, like, I have a whole map of it, and then
Yes.
there's even more interest. There's more information than when I first did this about 6 or 7 years ago. There's more Now there's more detailed information of the ancestry and where and how you're connected and how you ended up in the United States,
Right.
because remember, I mean, the majority of us who are already on this earth,
Mhm.
although we were born here, I mean, we didn't start
We didn't
here
start
unless you were
here.
a Native
American.
American, and you have that ancestry here.
Mhm.
The rest of us didn't come from here.
Right.
We all migrated here. Nobody
Right.
is you know, I mean, I can't say I'm Irish American or English American, because there's a whole
Right.
bunch of that European in my blood, which is so cool. So I was going to hire an expert. You can hire an expert through Ancestry who will completely track it down for you. And I can't remember if this was right before the pandemic that we were going to do it, or something happened and
Uh-huh.
we had to reschedule. But it is something I'm going to
That's
do.
pretty cool.
And Todd, we did his too. And so we want to hire the experts because we've said that when we do land in Europe, and Todd's been to Norway and he's very Norwegian. I mean,
Mhm.
he's a Viking. That is his ancestry completely. But we want to be able to go and stand in like a village and say, okay, I had family from this place.
Yes, that would
So
be cool.
so we're going to do the tracking. I don't know if you've ever watched the PBS show where they do that. But they do it for celebrities. And
Oh, yeah, yes.
that
Yes, yes.
is one of our favorite shows. So I'm hoping that comes back with some new episodes too, because watching them trace it is the best part. So,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
watching the
The
shock,
reaction.
yes,
Yes.
when people are like, "Oh my gosh, really?
Mhm.
I had no idea. I had no idea I had Pakistani in my blood. Right. And then you're like,
Right.
how did that happen? You just want to, and then they trace it
and then
for
they
you. It's
trace it,
amazing.
yes.
It's amazing, amazing, amazing. So we've got guests who are going to join us here after the break. So I wanted to give everyone the word of the week. Alert. We didn't do alert, right?
No, I just put
Oh, you
it
did?
on
You already
there.
moved it? You're awesome.
I did. Yeah, I just didn't get
Okay.
to read it because I didn't go on air.
All right. So the word of the week is alert. Be on the alert. Stand firm in the faith. Be men of courage. Be strong. 1 Corinthians 16:13. Focus tip for your word alert. Alert. Think of the word alert this week when you find yourself fearful or anxious, and whisper this scripture: God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7.
And I'm not going to lie, I read that. No, I sat there and read that because I thought I was going to have to read it, on Tuesday, and then our guest had to cancel. And I was like, oh gosh, speaking right to me.
And you canceled Tuesday without a guest because I was not here.
Right.
So,
I wasn't going to talk to myself.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So happy St. Patrick's Day.
I know some people can do that and they are like great at it, but I am not.
So happy St. Patrick's Day. Whether you're Irish or not, celebrate the heritage of the holiday and of the Irish, because they were the hands and the feet that built this country.
Yes.
Not alone, not just Irish, but a very large portion. So we're very grateful. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this break with some wonderful guests that will be joining us. Stay tuned.
Abnormal realities.
I love my mom.
Yep. She sent me a message.
My mom did?
Yeah, Wednesday night. And she invited me over tomorrow night to watch Titanic and share a bowl of popcorn. And I accepted.
You did?
Yep.
That'd be fun.
And she calls it Chaps Only Night. Every Saturday night.
Look.
Miss Dixie, how you doing? He said, it's my mom, bro. All right, it's my mom.
I want to hear the answer to the Titanic and popcorn. Go ahead, Mom. What's up?
Oh!
Hi, boys.
Hi,
I
Mom.
just wanted to ask Rocky if he wanted butter on that popcorn or not.
I would rather have the butter somewhere else, but if popcorn's the only place I can have it, I'll take it.
Jeez,
hey,
dude.
nobody says I can't roll around in it for a little bit.
All right, Mom.
That is my
Love
girl.
you.
I love you,
Mom.
Dixie.
Abnormal realities
My mom, love you.
Dixie.
Bye. I love you too.
with Ron and Rocky. Weekdays, 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. on JoCo Community Radio.
Holy crap.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered. When you're hungry for tender brisket or some delicious homemade cobbler, then look no further than Leach Brothers Barbecue, located at 1106 East Henderson, Cleveland, Texas. Leach Brothers has been family-owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
Okay, great. I don't know if you and I both were pushing the button.
No, I didn't touch
okay.
it. I didn't touch it. Welcome. I didn't. Hands off. I didn't touch it. Welcome back to the second half of JoCo Vibes here on JoCo Community Radio. And this, I'm going to say, it's still a beautiful day, whether it's cloudy or not. It's Thankful
Yes.
Thursday.
It's supposed to be, I think, almost 80 today, right?
76
yeah.
and muggy, and
It'll be hot enough.
yeah. I'm Tiffany Carlen. I'm Tiffany Carlen with Nona Reed here on JoCo Vibes, and on this wonderful, beautiful, celebratory. it's another St. Patrick's Day, and the parades are happening in New York this year, and that's the first time, in 2 years.
Yes.
So super awesome. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, thank you so much for tuning in. JoCo Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network. To listen on the radio, go to TuneIn JoCo, that's JoCo for Johnson County, tuneinjoco.com, and download the free app where you're streaming live simultaneously on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Spreaker. And then all of our shows turn into podcasts after that. So you can find the shows, all shows, on your favorite podcast platforms such as Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and Spreaker, of course. Check out all our lineup and more on JoCoCommunityRadio.com. Thanks for tuning in. This episode and more brought to you by Patriot Claims, making your insurance work for you. Storms happen. Hail happens, especially here in Texas. You got to have someone who's ready to fight for you in your corner with your insurance company and make sure they pay the full amount of your claim. Reach out to your local Texas sales representative, who happens to be sitting next to me, Nona Reed, at 844-TEX-HAIL. That's 844-TEXHAIL, and get her in your corner before the next storm hits. So we have some wonderful ladies who are joining us at the table here this morning. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nadleen Valburn.
I'm so glad.
So pretty.
It is really.
She did it because I missed it.
Okay, so first I was going to say it sounds much better when you say it, because because I hadn't met you yet. Nona had only met you. So when she sent me
we had only met on the phone. She actually met my husband.
Yes.
That's right. You met Jesse.
Yes.
So when she sent me all the information and I'm reading your name, I'm going, I have to have her say it, because I'm thinking Nadleen, right? Because that's how it's spelled.
Yes.
So thank God you said it first. That way I didn't butcher it. So
you actually didn't butcher it. Some people say it
I
like
did.
that.
Say
I say it
Nadleen?
like, yes, I say it like that too.
But it's
Nadleen.
Nadleen.
Yes.
And that's just really pretty.
Thank
And
you.
it's really pretty.
It makes me think of the song Abilene.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know,
Yes.
so then Nadleen,
Now I'm thinking.
prettiest girl that I've ever seen. I'm not singing it in key. So now that's how I'm going to remember your name from now on.
Cool.
Well, but I'm going to remember you too for the amazing things that you and
Renee,
are
which will
doing.
hopefully join us. I'm texting her.
Are
She
you?
hasn't joined us on the link yet.
You're giving
so,
her giving her instruction.
yes.
Okay, awesome. So it is St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if you're listening while you're out in the waiting area. That I've done my ancestry DNA. Have you done yours?
I have not. I started and didn't complete it. I'm pretty familiar with my roots.
Are
So,
you? Okay.
Yes.
So where are you rooted from?
Okay. I was born in Florida.
Mhm.
Born and raised in Florida, and my mother is from Haiti.
Oh, so you've already got the rich
awesome.
history.
Yes, my dad is from the Bahamas.
Oh.
So I do speak another language, and it was mandatory that I learn my second language. And my mother did an awesome job of making sure I was very, very well rooted and well-rounded with my culture, with my Haitian
That's
roots.
wonderful.
So
Yes.
so which language do you speak?
It's Creole. It's called Creole.
Okay.
Yes.
So is it a mix of is that native? That's more native to the Bahamas then, or
More
to
native to Haiti.
Okay.
And it's like broken French. So if someone's speaking French, I can understand it, but I'm very fluent in Creole. I can read it, write it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm super intrigued now because I have a lot of friends.
I have a little French.
I have French in my family,
Mhm.
but I have friends from New Orleans, so it's the same Creole that
No.
No.
completely
It's
different.
kind of like our
Completely.
Spanish.
Yes.
You
it's
got the Texas
completely-
Spanish and you
Mhm,
got
it's
the Spanish.
completely- It's Creole. Sac passe, my Haitian people. Hallelujah. Yes, I'm in the house.
Oh my gosh.
Come on,
Okay.
yes, sac passe.
Oh, how
Oh, I love
beautiful.
it.
I
Oh
love
my
it.
God, this is so
Yes,
beautiful.
Okay.
yes.
I love that your mom, she raised you to also learn your native language. I think that is so
Absolutely.
important.
Absolutely.
So important to have first of all, just to have that knowledge and to grow up with
Yes.
it and not
Yes.
taking it as a course in a school, and not that that's a bad
Right.
thing either, but to have that.
Mhm.
So I've had some, because I do know some people who they speak Spanish, but they learned, and their heritage is Mexican,
Yes.
but their parents don't speak it,
Wow. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because they weren't raised in their household
Yes.
that way. So I hope
Yes.
Renee is able to join in.
I
If
know,
not,
I'm
she
not
can
hearing from her. Did you hear from her?
she can
She said, okay, let me
she can
call
call it on her
I've
phone too.
resent if she needs to, tell her to call and I'll send the link to that too.
Okay.
But
I can give you the phone. And you can
Oh,
talk to her.
oh, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. So let's talk about how you ended up at this table today, because I obviously wasn't here when you walked by.
Yes.
What I heard the story was that you walked by and saw the radio station sign and knocked on the door and ended up talking to Jesse, who's Nona's
Yes.
husband. They were getting done with their Bible study show. And how did
Yes.
that conversation go?
Well, let me tell you how I ended up over here. Yes, what you just said is absolutely true. I needed a pedicure, and my normal spot was closed, and I was like, oh my gosh! So I googled the nearest nail salon, and it showed me two places. One that was gonna close in like 5 minutes, and this one right next door to y'all that'll be open past 7 p.m. And I was like, yes. I pull up, and her husband is sitting right here. And I love the fact that this window is available where everyone can see right through it. We can see the radio station. So I pull up and I was like, whoa, what is this?
Because you live in Crowley.
I do live in Crowley. And so I was like, I didn't even stop at the nail salon first. I stopped right here.
Oh, you
I
came
knocked-
here first?
Yeah, I knocked on the door and I said, wow, what do you guys do here? He's like, we're a radio show. I said, perfect. Because Renee and I were having an amazing event next month, April 30th, 2022, from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon at the Crowley Recreation Center. It is called, the theme of the event is called Bibles, Books, and Business.
Okay, so talk about this, because I know the book part. You've written written
books.
2 books.
Yes.
Renee has written
Many books.
many books.
Yes.
You've written one, or have you written several together?
No.
So how did you two come to meet each other?
We've done ministry work. We have a mutual friend of ours that's well deep into ministry, and she needed a team. And she got 4 of us together and said, hey, let's travel around the world. And that's what we've been doing for the past 3 years, is traveling around the
amazing.
world. Our latest trip was Arizona, Mesa, Arizona.
Oh,
hello,
that place is
everybody.
beautiful.
Yes. And then it's just been a really amazing experience. It has opened me up into ministry, into business, and being connected with Renee is so enriching because we've connected together. So my second book, it's called 10 Commandments for Women. God wants to speak to his daughters.
Okay, so I pulled this up because you can get this book
Mhm.
in a paperback on Amazon. You can also get it on Kindle, and we'll share the link here in just a few on where to find that too. But I want you to tell me more about how this came out. So when you guys have been traveling the past 3 years,
Mhm.
is every time you guys speak, is it the Bible's, Books, and Business, or have you
No.
changed it up over time?
No, it's been strictly ministry, being God's healers on earth. So how this came about, Bibles, Books, and Business, is in my time of prayer and meditation, the Lord's been really leading me to begin to it's like a mandate to begin to speak to people
I'm going to bring it to you.
about to speak to people about the book, but as well as spreading the message that what he has given them, the gift that he has given them, to bring it forth, whether it's being an author, whether it's whatever you're good at, take that and work it until it works for you. And so I called Renee and I said, hey, because she's written many books, I said, I'm having a Zoom event and it's called Book Extravaganza. So it's really a second launch for my book. And I had many people come on. It was amazing. And so after the event, many phone calls like, oh my gosh, you guys have got to do this more. We educated people on how to start writing a book, on what to write a book about, on how to start a business. And so people just love the information. And so I got several phone calls afterwards, and it just amazed. Wow.
So your ministry, the ministry that you guys started together, and Renee, welcome
Welcome,
to Joe Cook Me
Renee.
Radio. I'm so glad you're joining us.
Thank
And this
you.
is Pastor Renee Curry,
Yes.
but you use your maiden name as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's introduce everybody who's just joining in as to who you are, Renee, and
Yes.
and what you do.
Thank you for having me. My name is Renee. Amen. My name is Renee, and I do have many names. I kept my maiden name. So you
I
can't,
like that you have many names.
Right.
right. You can't catch me if I get in trouble. But no, but my full name is Dorothy Renee Harris Curry. I am a pastor. I'm a Christian author. I'm an author of 3 books. I'm writing my 4th book, and I'm so excited about that. My husband and I, we've been in Dallas now for 5 years. We've moved from California, so his job
Welcome to
moved us
Texas.
here.
Yes, welcome to Texas.
Yes, thank you for having me. But we are so excited, and thank you for the opportunity for allowing us to come on. I am a radio host as well, and I just signed a contract for television starting in June.
I
So-
just
Oh my
I was
gosh.
stalking your Facebook page because I wanted to learn more about you because I wasn't here when this all came about, and we say nothing's by accident.
Right.
Everything's on
Right.
purpose, and everything has got
Right.
purpose. So
Yes.
you ending up at the nail salon next door and seeing a radio station through the window, and
Yes.
that's the kind of stuff that gives me goosebumps because here we
Yes.
are sitting at a table
Yes.
talking about an
Yes.
amazing conference that you're putting on now. This conference that you're putting on is not just for women.
No.
Okay, so
No.
I want to preface though that today we are so happy to have you this month too because we're celebrating amazing women all month and
Mhm.
because it is Women's History Month. So go women power and go women empowerment because that's what
Yes.
you're
Right.
doing as well as putting information and knowledge into people's hands to help them write their own books, to start
Yes.
their own businesses.
Yes.
And so Renee, do you say Renee?
Renee.
Or just Renee. Okay. Bibles, books, and businesses is what the topic of this event is going to be. It's April 30th, 8:30 a.m. to noon in Crowley at the Crowley Recreation Center, 405 South Oak Street in Crowley, Texas. There's a royal full breakfast being served from 8:30 to 9:30.
Yes.
And there's also room for author and vendor tables as well for $75.
Yes.
So, and you still have room for more vendors?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Tickets are $25.
Yes.
That's a
Not
very
bad.
reasonable price for breakfast, learning, networking.
Yes.
And you have at the top of this calling all authors and entrepreneurs. So it's not just about those who are writing books, but people
Mhm.
who are looking to start their own business or who have
Yes.
started their own business. So when you guys got together and you started with your ministry and you brought this all together, you being an author yourself, Renee being an author, and then boom,
Yes.
you like exploded into your faith conversation, and ministry brought you into helping other people do what you guys have done.
Yes.
So talk about that experience that you've had over the past 3 years of morphing into
Yes.
this extended part of your ministry.
Yes, Renee and I have done many ministry work together, and that has the growth from that is amazing because you meet different people from all walks of life. One of the latest that we've done is Arizona Mesa. We were there for 3 days, and we did we did an outreach where we fed so many people at the park, and oh my gosh, it brings tears to my eyes. We led them to salvation. We prayed over them. I personally got to see someone's legs straighten out, and he got up and walked and ran the entire park. Mind you, he was crippled on the ground. He was homeless, crippled on the ground. After we prayed over him, I literally saw with my own eyes his legs straighten out, strength go into his body. He got up and ran the entire park.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That is really absolutely
Yes.
amazing.
God's work right there.
Yes.
Mm.
And being partnered up with Renee, she is also a licensed counselor. So she's a licensed coach. So she behind the scenes, she preps me, she encourages me. She is all about building people up. So it's been
That's wonderful.
it's been a great honor being able to partner up with her, and she's so enthusiastic too.
Well,
That-
I think you both are.
yes,
Thank you.
I know.
Thank you.
Full of energy, and that comes, I think, straight from your God purpose, which is
Yes.
what you guys are doing.
Yes.
Is there a website where can people buy tickets to the event?
Eventbrite.com, and when they go on Eventbrite, they'll type in Triple B Extravaganza.
Okay.
Again, when they go on Eventbrite.com, they'll type up Triple B Extravaganza.
Okay, I'm going to pull up,
We're
and
gonna pull up the link.
for those that are watching on social, or if you're listening on the radio, if you go to this show on our Facebook page or on YouTube, you will see the link in the comments to it. So, so let's talk about what your goal is, Renee, with this conference that's coming up in April.
Thank you for asking me. Listen, we wanted to talk about, I want to educate people. And I just wanted to double back. I don't have a license. I do have a bachelor's in counseling, Christian counseling. So, it's a big difference with that one. But I do want to talk about, what we want to talk about is empowering women and men. So some of the topics we're going to talk about is know your value, know your worth.
Yes.
We're going to talk about the power of saying no, because so many people don't know how to say no. They dummy down to who God called them to be. Even in business, they dummy down. They don't stand up for what they believe in. In other words, they don't have the confidence, to be strong in that area. And so I'm just going to show them tips and tools that they can use, and the power of saying no, because so many people, we have allowed even in our business, because I have a business, I'm a small business owner, but I declare and decree that my business would grow and it would be successful. But so many people, when they're starting out, they are afraid to state their prices or state what they mean, or,
Their value.
Yes.
Or people come to you and say, well, why don't you just give me this for $25 or $10 when your value is way more? So if you don't know your value, you don't know your worth. And so people will look at you as, oh, that's just Renee. She'll just give me $20. She saves, so they understand. No, this is a business. And just like Jesus said, I must be about my Father's business. So he didn't play when it came to the kingdom. And so that's how we have to be. We have to be about our business. We have to know who we are in business. And then you just have to know how to run your business, because if you start off like that, it's going to be a train wreck. So I just tell people, when you start in your business, you have to start off out the gate strong. You have to start off with that confidence. You have to start off, knowing what you believe in, and know your value, know your products, and believe in your products. So many people, they let people talk them out of their products. So we're going to have people there that's going to be there, that's going to help them. We have bankers coming out. I have one lady that's coming out, Roaring Lamb is going to be out, and they're a television company and also a publishing company. So we're going to have them out and talking about, the importance of the power of, the social media, because social media really helps grow your business. So I'm going to talk about that, and then talk about from the author's standpoint of book, when you start writing your book, how important it is for you to get in a quiet place, a calm place, and how to write out your subjects and write it out. You know how it is in school. It goes back to when you was in school, the teacher asked you to do what? An outline. And so it's so important when you're writing a book, how you got to have that outline, get in a quiet place. And, it's very important when you're writing a book. So we're going to be talking about all those things. We're going to talk about even money, how to set up your business. So, and that's why we have the bankers there. It's so important for you to open up a business account. So you cannot have your business colliding with your personal, because when the government get involved, now you got to answer all these questions to the government. You don't have the government in your business like that. So that's why it's important you start it off right.
And they're waiting. The government's waiting there.
They're like, ooh.
Are they?
They want it. So they would listen, they would charge you for real. Okay, you didn't do this right. Okay, so now we're going to penalize you. So, we're going to talk about all that. It's so important how to set up your account, how to set up your business account, your banking account, and all of things like that. Even when you get in your name, it's important. You just can't go half cock and say, well, my name is Tootsie Roll Company. You got to research to see if it's another Tootsie Roll Company out there in Texas. It could be in another state. It's okay. But if you have one in Texas, you can't use that name.
That's right. So
it's the importance of an LLC or
using
DBA.
an attorney.
Yes.
And not you don't want to use a family law attorney or a criminal attorney to set up your LLC. You need a business law attorney, a corporate law attorney who's going to search properly for the name, make sure no one's going to. So I own multiple LLCs, and that is what you have to do. You have to go search and make sure somebody doesn't own any company called Tiffy. So I'm not infringing on someone else's rights, because they can block it too. There's a time period where they can block you from using that name. And so, yeah, I love that you're doing this. I don't know how you guys are going to do this in 2.5 hours. This needs to be a multi-day event. I have ideas.
You have ideas?
I got ideas.
Oh,
my mind's already.
Me know. You got to let me know.
Oh, we're gonna talk after.
Yeah, we have to network. That's what networking is all about.
Yes,
that's right.
Women
That's right.
Empowering each other.
Yes.
Absolutely. What I like about what you're doing is how you've wrapped the ministry with it.
Yes.
And teaching people from a God perspective on the importance of how you start your business, how to do it right from the beginning, and to also show the biblical background and backup of it. Like I say it again for me, exactly how you said it, Jesus and the business of knowing God's business. Say it again, exactly how you said it.
Jesus said, I must be about my Father's business, kingdom business. So even when he operated in ministry, he also knew how to operate business, the business side of the ministry. So there has to be a balance. Even though we're Christians, we have to have a balance in our walk and everything that we do. You can run a business, a good Christian business. People don't have to know. You don't have to put a flag out. Hey, look at me, I'm saved. By your light, it will shine. So when people come to you, it's the integrity of your business. It's the character of your business. And so that's why Jesus, he didn't play that. So what did Jesus do? When they was messing up, he turned over the tables in the synagogue.
Yep. Yes, that's right.
House. So, so we have to be about the business of God and also the business of our affairs. Everything that we do, we have to include God in our business.
Absolutely.
And it's kingdom. That's why it becomes kingdom, because everything that we do is for the purpose of what? The kingdom.
Amen.
And I'd like to add that the Bibles, because the theme of the event is Bibles, Books, and Business. Bibles is calling all people who are in ministry leadership in every aspect of it. If you're in ministry and you're in leadership, you could be a youth pastor. Come on out. You could be over the worship team. Come on out. But even if you're not in ministry and you're still in a leadership position, we still want you to come out.
Absolutely. And I'm already thinking of several people who are considering writing books. And so I'm going to send them to come. And I'm coming, I'm going to come because I really do. I want to hear everything that you have to say. There's so much God purpose in this meeting. And there's so much God purpose in what you're doing. And that's the number one thing as a Christian woman myself, whether you're a Christian listening or not, it's still the foundation of our businesses because of who we are and what we believe.
Yes.
And that too can be the same for you. Nudge, nudge doesn't mean you can't come and maybe learn a little bit more about the Christian faith or, what it means and get a little Jesus in your life.
Yes.
So, because it's foundationally so incredibly important in what we do in our everyday lives. So where else can they learn more about the two of you? Do you have some other websites or Facebook pages where people can reach out and connect with you?
Yes, I have a link tree. It's linktree/Nadleen. And I am also on Facebook, Nadleen Valburn. I also have a second Facebook page, Nadleen Royal. And then I have an Instagram page, Nadleen Valburn.
Okay, I've got to find you. I'm going to find. So you have a page.
Yes.
The Nadleen. And it's Nadleen for those that are listening, that this beautiful name, who now every time I hear Abilene, I'm going to sing your names. Nadleen, your page?
Yes.
Your business page is Nadleen
Valburn.
But that's your personal. Is it
I
your
have
personal?
2 pages. I have Nadleen Valburn and Nadleen Royal.
Okay. And so they can friend you on both of these or just want to follow?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. And Pastor, where can they find you, Renee?
Oh, wow. I'm laughing because I have multiple. Well, you can find me on my Renee Harris page.
Okay.
And I also have a page called Breathe Again Support Group.
Okay.
So you can
tell us. Man, we only have 30 more seconds with you. So we're going to have you guys back on because I want to learn. This sounds like you've got so many other aspects to what you do. Again, guys, the link is in the show, comments. Eventbrite, search for Triple B Extravaganza to get your tickets for this event on April 30th. We're going to be talking more about this before the event comes up, so be sure to tune in. And I have a feeling I'm going to have you back at the table.
Great.
I'm just feeling it.
Great.
Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. We will see you back here for a special edition of JoCo Vibes tomorrow morning.
Yes.
With some wonderful queens and princesses at the table.
Yes.
Have an amazing day. God bless.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, JoCo Community Radio.